Major Keyhole, as author of the book Flying Saucers Are Real, what is your opinion of these new sightings of unidentified objects?
With all due respect to the Air Force, I believe that some of them will prove to be of interplanetary origin. During a 3-year investigation, I found that many pilots have described objects of substance and high speed. One case, pilots reported their plane was buffeted by an object which passed them at 500 miles an hour. Obviously, this was a solid object, and I believe it was from outer space.
The 1952 Washington D C UFO incident, also known as the Washington Flap or the Washington National Airport Sightings, was a series of reports from July 12 to July 29, 1952, about unidentified flying objects, UFOs, over Washington, D.C. These sightings are considered some of the most publicized in UFO history. The incidents began on July 19, 1952. At 11:40 p.m., Edward Nugent, an air traffic controller at Washington National Airport, today Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, detected 7 objects on his radar. The objects were located 15 miles south-southwest of the city, no known aircraft were in the area and the objects were not following any established flight paths. Nugent's superior, Harry Barnes, watched the objects on Nugent's radarscope. They moved erratically. Other radar operators at National Airport and another at Andrews Air Force Base also reported sightings. Witnesses at both locations reported seeing a bright light or a light orange ball. Pilots in the area also reported sightings. These events occurred over a series of days. On July 29, 1952, Major General John Samford, the Air Force's Director of Intelligence, held a press conference to disclose the results of their investigation into the sightings. He declared that the visual sightings were misidentifications of aerial phenomena such as stars or meteors, and that the radar contacts were the result of temperature inversion, a meteorological condition that can cause radar beams to bounce off a layer of warm air, resulting in false returns. However, these explanations were not universally accepted, and many ufologists have disputed them, claiming they were attempts to cover up the existence of extraterrestrial visitors. The 1952 Washington, D.C. UFO incident remains one of the most notable in the history of UFO sightings.
We have received and analyzed between 1 and 2,000 reports that have come to us from all kinds of sources. Of this great mass of reports, we have been able adequately to explain the great bulk of them, explain them to our own satisfaction. We've been able to explain them as hoaxes, as erroneously identified friendly aircraft, as meteorological or electronic phenomena, or as light aberrations. However, there have been a certain percentage of this volume of reports that have been made by credible observers of relatively incredible things. It is this group of observations that we now are attempting to resolve. Our basic difficulty in dealing with these is that there is no measurement of them that makes it possible for us to put them in any pattern that would be profitable for a deliberate, custom sort of analysis to take the next step. We have, as a date, come to only one firm conclusion with respect to this remaining percentage, and that is that it does not contain any pattern of purpose or of consistency that we can relate with to any conceivable threat to the United States. We can say that the recent sightings are in no way connected with any secret development by any department of the United States. we can say that the recent sightings are in no way connected with any secret development by any agency of the United States.